Hello. Okay. So, how are you guys? Are you guys staying like happy? It's crazy. It's a wild world out there right now, and we're going to talk about some stuff about the shows that we watch on this channel, and YouTube is going to continue to do its thing and not notify anyone about when I'm live, which is absolutely wild right now. And I apologize. So YouTube has, if you were trying to watch one of my streams earlier today, there were some notifications from YouTube this week that they were going to have fewer people working and relying on the automated system more. And they said that some streams will be removed regardless if they violate TOS. And you won't actually get in trouble for it. They're just going to be removed. So 3 times today that happened to me. And I got emails from YouTube and said, you're not actually in trouble. We just removed it. Thanks, YouTube. Yay, YouTube. Way to go. So I'm not canceled on YouTube. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. So earlier this week, there was the debut of Teen Mom OG, and there was a lot of anticipation walking into the season because there was a lot of people not particularly happy with the fact that MTV would not take a stand against Amber Portwood, who had already gone through some pretty significant issues in the previous years. I mean, she had already gone through incidents with Gary, and she was, spent time in the adult facility where you go when you're not behaving nicely and sharing, and sometimes you're put in timeout. So she was like put in timeout for a couple of years. And when she got out of timeout, she came out and said that she was a changed person, and everyone was like, yay, redemption. And then we figured out that there wasn't such a thing. And we were like, oh my gosh, she totally lied to us, because she got into trouble in July. And instead of actually doing anything about it, even though this was the second time this had happened with one of her friends that she dates, MTV decided to stick by her. And it was pretty clear the way that they wanted to paint this. They wanted to paint it as, Amber is the one who we should be giving sympathy to. And it's, in Amber's case, it's always whoever she's dating that's the worst person in the world. And the episode for this week actually started with the rest of the cast talking about what happened, and every single one of them being sympathetic to Amber, and only one, Macy, expressing any sort of concern for Andrew. And Corey's response of the giant was keeping the child from the mother didn't get met with a lot of people just were not happy about it on Twitter. So given the fact of the way that they are going to paint her, I got a lot of response from my subscribers who said that they were going to tune out. They were not going to watch it. I got messages the night that it was airing, and my subscribers were sending me like DMs and Instagram and on Twitter, and they were just like, Katie, I can't believe how they are painting Amber. I turned off after 5 minutes. I am not watching this show. This is not okay with me. I can't believe they would do this to Andrew. So I wanted to know how that would affect the ratings. So here it is. Let me show you. Teen Mom used to be a mainstay in the top 5. Typically their season premiere would debut in number 1. Like, it debuted number 1 last year. It debuted at number 9. And look at it. The rating total is in the red. And it's at 859,000. So, and if you compare that to the top ones, you can see that it's significantly lower in the total number of viewers. You have people at home right now, right? People are watching TV because people are bored. And you've got the top people at 3 million, 4 million, 4 million, 2.3, 2.3, 3.8, 1.9, 1.1, and 859. And even the ones below Teen Mom, have higher numbers. So it's interesting because they were going to make this like a redemption story, and it's just not working because nobody's tuning in, okay? So when I looked on to Twitter, it said, I watched 5 minutes of Teen Mom OG and I shut it off with no intention of watching it anymore. Stop using mental illness as a crutch for why someone is a violent sociopath. I feel like Amber says the same thing about every guy she's ever dated. He's amazing. He's like no other. He's crazy. He's the worst. Can someone please explain to me why Amber is still on the show? We got rid of Farrah for her stuff, David and Janelle too. Why is she still there? Crocodile tears. Please cancel Teen Mom OG and give Cheyenne a show. Hey Amber, quit trying to make Andrew look bad. You gotta fix you. And the producer Larry, holding Amber's dumb umbrella as she walks into court. Come on, Teen Mom OG, fire her. I found so many of these comments as I was on Twitter, wondering why, despite the fact that the response on Twitter and the response even in the comments, when they debuted this new season. But you know what the funny part was about all of this was that I wasn't seeing just negative comments about Amber. I was seeing negative comments about Mackenzie, about Caitlyn and Tyler. What? People were saying that Caitlyn and Tyler, their story is tired and they don't actually buy that they're happy. And then people were saying that why are they still giving Ryan like airtime and acting like he's dad of the year when he's been doing this for 11 years and nothing's changed? And why are they painting Macy in a negative light when it's Ryan that's been the one that's been doing all of this for 11 years? And people are tired of these tired storylines. Caitlyn and Tyler, the back and forth, the fighting. Macy and Ryan, the back and forth, the fighting. And Amber always playing the victim. So I don't think it's just that people are bored with, like, upset about Amber. I think people are bored with the storylines. And I don't think that Mackenzie or Cheyenne add value that people want to tune in for. But I think the biggest, obviously, is that people don't want to watch because they don't want to support Amber. And they're already pushing this next, like, the biggest, like, teasers are, for next, for the sneak peek of the extended season premiere or season in review or whatever on MTV is that Amber in an ambulance, she fainted. Like, they are going to use Amber throughout this entire season to try to bring in viewers. And I can't see how her not being sympathetic and not being sympathetic to Andrew and not ever showing remorse is going to bring people in because people are tired of it. It's the same storylines over and over and over again. And you see this with other shows where they have to recycle or add new cast, right? Like the Real Housewives, they get people that have been on there too long and they move them out and get them onto a different, like Vicky, Tamra, they're out. Like Jill, Bethany, gone. You can only watch the same people so many times and then you're just like, okay, nothing's happening in these people's lives. This is super boring. I'm really tired of them. They're really not that interesting. And you've gotten rid of the most controversial members of the cast, Farrah, Janelle, and you're left with Amber, who is a loose cannon, Macy, who has a boring storyline with Ryan, who has never been involved in his son's life, and Caitlyn and Tyler. It's just not fun anymore. It's not positive anymore. Nobody's learning from any one of these people. And that's the other thing I want to remind people is that maybe when this show first started, people actually felt like they were learning anything. Now people are not learning anything from these people. They are learning that you can do really bad things to your partner and still have a job, and MTV will pay for your attorneys and help you get a slap on the wrist. You can be whiny and complainy on and not ever have to hold a full-time job, and MTV will still put you on the air. It's just, I'm not learning anything anymore. And that's why the show started. So the ratings for the season premiere for last year's episodes, the ones that debuted in the summer, the season premiere started at 990,000, and this is the season premiere is 859. The season premiere typically has the highest ratings for the entire season. So you can only expect the ratings to continue to decline. And if they continue to have this, Amber's going to be the victim, I can guarantee you that it's going to plummet. And at some point, I mean, there are already websites talking about, will they finally cancel Teen Mom OG? They just canceled Teen Mom Young and Pregnant because the ratings were so low for that. I mean, those ratings were under 500,000. I will just say as a whole, I think that people are tired of the series. It doesn't matter who the cast is. I just think people are tired of the series. It's not new anymore. It's not inventive anymore. There's other reality shows that have more interesting casts, that are doing more interesting things, that are more spontaneous. It just feels tired. So there will be longtime viewers of Teen Mom that will say, Katie, you're just so mean that you would even suggest the show would be canceled. And I'm just trying to be logical here. What will Kate and Tyler do? Correct. Like, what will they actually do if they can't just sit on the couch and talk about their lives? Okay. So that's what I've got for this story. If you guys have suggestions, it's a slow news day because nobody is doing anything. So if you have suggestions, please send me some DMs. Make sure that you give this video a like, that thumbs up, and share this. You guys, YouTube notifications are not working, so make sure that you follow me on Twitter at WOACB Official. And if you are interested in becoming a member and want access to my members only Discord, consider joining the channel for that perk so you can always get notifications and know when I go live. All right, you guys, I'll be back in a little while with more. Bye.